You said you got married quite young. Yeah. You had your first daughter. You got married, and then he convinced you to move to the UK.
That he was all this time he was living a double life because he was basically like providing for both homes.
About it, or were you just hanging on and just hoping, well, this relationship is going to get better, tomorrow is going to be a better day? Did you have that sort of mindset at that time?
I haven't got anyone that I could talk to because I didn't want anyone to say something back to him. He's saying, look, you're going to let her speak to me like that or something. When we moved to Ashford, he promised that we're going to come, leave London, leave everything.
Start afresh.
To start over fresh to come.
At that point, were you hopeful, or did you think that change of location would change this person?
Yeah, I was looking.
Yeah.
I was looking for that. So I leave coming to Ashford. But coming to Ashford, I didn't know Ashford that much. And I didn't know that Taj was living in Ashford.
Wow. How did you come up to that decision?
It wasn't in communication. I don't know if he knew that Taj was in Ashford, but I didn't know because we lost contact. We lost contact after this. So we moved to Ashford for like a fresh start and all that. So while we was in Ashford, he promised for a fresh start. But I noticed like he was visiting London back and forth. The start that we promised wasn't happening. Nothing wasn't happening as a promise. So when we moved to Ashford, then we came, and when we came, then I see signs that he's not going to change. There's nothing happening for a change. So I just keep on hanging on. My son came, was there, I said to him, look, I know your dad maybe say stuff or stuff that, to me, and stuff that you're not happy with, but I don't want you to disrespect him because I didn't want it. He's gonna like portray me to anyone that like I agree with the stuff that the kids that are doing to him. So I said, please don't like disrespect him or stuff. Just try to control it because I'm dealing with it. Yeah. I've got this under control.
Well, but did you have it under control? Did you feel like you had it under control?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. But I didn't want them because knowing what happened with Taj, and I shared a lot with Taj, and that ended up, I didn't want to lose any more of my children to stay like we fall out and everything. So I said, I've got this, please. And he said, okay. So while we were in Ashford, I noticed going back and forth. So my son was there now. He came to me one day to say, Mom, I'm going to see Taj. I said, where's Taj? He said, he's just outside. Did you know that Taj is living in Ashford? I said, no, I don't know. So he caught me off guard because I'm saying, oh, Taj ended up, yeah. So I said, all right then. So he went and see Taj. Then another time I was driving, coming from school with my daughter, and I saw him walking, and I said, where you going? Like on the phone, I ring him. I said, I saw you, where you going? I baby man. I said, where you going? She said, oh, I'm going to Taj house. Taj is just down the way. I said, what?
What?
I said, okay. Then that's when the communication started back. Like I tried to reach out to Taj.
Was she receptive to your
yes.
Yeah. So at this point, do you think she sort of had thought about
because at this time we were going through like the process in my marriage where I realized I can't do this. So I think maybe my son must have shared this information with her, so she kind of see that I'm like going through stuff and so forth. So we get back in contact. But during this time, all this time I was praying. I know this would have happened though, because I keep on praying and I know that this would happen. So at this point, we in contact back and stuff. But it's like my marriage was like we like separated, but like going through the process, like to reach the end, like going through the divorce or stuff.
Did you get any counseling at that point, or was he open to having a third party come in and mediate?
I tried to get counseling, but he refused. So I didn't get any help from no one. But if I said, let's go and get marriage counseling, he wouldn't.
Do you think this is a cultural issue, or do you think maybe it's just a personality issue where he wouldn't let somebody else into the marriage to sort of help through the issues that you're facing? Because I think from my experience, I've noticed people from maybe Afro-Caribbean backgrounds, particularly men, might be a bit more objected to having counseling. Do you think that it was a cultural issue, or was he just not really trying to have somebody else in?
I think it's both cultural, and he doesn't want anyone to speak to, because I think he's going to think that the other person's going to say, look, you used to blame. You done all these things, like to pinpoint that what he done, to say, look, you used to blame. You did all this. So he didn't want to hear that, to say, look, this is all your fault.
So the marriage is breaking down. Is he fighting for it?
No. No. I thought he was fighting, but he wasn't fighting. But I think he must have felt that he have me. I'm not going to go anywhere. So anything that he do, I have to cope with it. I have to accept it, because I haven't known anyone. I haven't got like close family or anyone to say I can be there for me or anything.
So he actually broke down your social circle, isolated you.
Yeah.
So you're totally dependent on him.
Yes.
100%. But you said that you were praying about this over time. So you had some degree of faith. What did you feel in terms of your faith? How did you feel like God was speaking to you through this marriage and through the breakdown of your marriage? Was God speaking to you? Did you feel like an inclination to say, okay, maybe God is leading me to walk away from this marriage? Did you have any sort of spiritual inclination of what direction God was leading you?
No, I haven't. But during the marriage, after we got married, I've been kind of having certain dreams that I'm feeling is not really like, it's like a warning at certain dreams coming in, like this, like I would see myself like in the middle, and like there's lots of cats around me, and they all like open up their mouth like a angry, and if it's not cats, then it's like dogs, but it's like anger. It's just like anger around me. I've got this dream where this guy always pop up in my dream, but it's like trying to sleep with me. But sometimes he come like with the face of my husband. So I realized that something what wasn't right. I know that something wasn't right. So at this point, I used to go to church like back home and stuff, but wasn't like deep down. But when certain dreams and the problems I have in my relationship, like in my home, it causes me more to seek church and to seek God. So at one point I find this church, but it wasn't the church that I wanted. When I was there, I realized it's not really a good church. So after a while, I left. When I left, I prayed, and I said, God, I want you to send me to a church that you are at. You are there. I want to seek you. I want to get to know you. So while I was at home, I was there. Then one of my cousins, they were having like a get-together, like a family thing. We all went. When we all went, then there was this other person there. There was, at the end of we were ready to leave, conversation it come up where they started talking about this church. So the conversation become quite interesting. So I started listening. So he said, oh, you can come and see the pastor and stuff because he will see persons. So we went like a early morning to go and see the pastor. He didn't like tell us that. I was more hoping like to tell us what's wrong and so, but he didn't like do that. He just, normally he would say go on like a deliverance and stuff. Yeah. So I started this church and I started like deliverance. It was seem interesting, so I started deliverance. When I went there, it was like a Nigerian pastor, but I couldn't understand what he was saying, to be honest. But there's something about the church. And while I was there, I was getting involved more, loving the church. I get in loving even the deliverance and stuff. We started the deliverance, and we have to go on for a while before the pastor said, look, like, because you have different persons coming certain times, and you have to wait until he give us like a clearance to say, not really all clear, but continue with the deliverance part, just to come, like, because they normally have it like every day, but to continue, but like certain stuff, like, is like a deep deliverance at first. And when we was going there, we started it, he gave us like a all clear. And I started going to the deliverance prayer like every night. I was enjoying it, like the prayer that they were praying against dreams, against relationships, against everything, like just like a deep deliverance. And I was involved. The more I'm going to the church, I get to understand the pastor. I was like, okay, there's something about this church. So that's when I really get to grow and get to know God and enjoying it and stuff. So when I was there, going through it and stuff, with the dreams and everything, I used to feel like someone was holding me down in my sleep as well. I think we all experience it.
Like a sleep paralysis?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you feel like your dreams had a correlation between your life, what you're going through, your marriage, etc., and your dreams were sort of running parallel? Did you see a theme going on there? I
think so, because at one point, all of us used to experience it.
Wow.
But
all you,
me, my husband, and the kids. But I think me, my husband, and my eldest, it more affect us more than the young ones. And at one point, when I get deep in the church, deep in the deliverance, there was a particular moment where we used to have like a olive oil at church, where they'll have it in the church. We normally would have got it. So sometime I would have it at home. So they used to, like, during the prayer and all stuff we pray, they would like anoint us. If they have like a convention or to say something happening like that. So one night I went to sleep, and the thing that keep holding me down in my sleep came, and it's like I was sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping. It's like it was actually happening, but I was sleeping, and I could like sense that my olive oil was over the top of the bed, but it's like I'm dreaming that it's there. So the thing came and was holding me down in my sleep. While it was holding me down in my sleep, I was in my sleep. I said, okay, you're here. I'm ready. And I said, where my olive oil is at. But it's like I was hungry. I was ready to fight.
You had authority.
Yeah.
Yeah, you felt powerful.
Yes.
Yes.
So I said, okay, so we have like a kerchief, like a rag, we call it like a mantle, but it's like just a normal rag. So I was having that. So I said, okay, where you at? I'm ready. So I was picking up the mantle in my, all this is in my dream. And I was like beating him with it. I said, who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you? And I said, show me your face. Show me your face. And I said, enough is enough. And it's like I was trying to see the face. The face was coming, but it wasn't like, I would say I couldn't see it. So I keep on battle. And at that moment, I said, where my olive oil is at? And I like get up, like everything just happened. And I wake up. And when I wake up, I realized that I was dreaming. And at that moment, like when I was keeping fighting, I said, show me your face. It just disappeared and went. And from that moment, I realized the thing that was holding me down, it stopped.
Wow.
That's when it completely.
To this day.
To this day, it might felt sometimes like it wanna come back, but it's like it can't. So when it left, it wasn't attacking me, but it was more towards him.
It was attacking him now?
No, deep, very, like it was more to me, it was more to him. So at this point, he become strange. But in this time, I was going with the church. I would use the olive oil in my home. I would anoint my kids. Even my house, I will anoint it. If I didn't go anywhere and leave it, I would keep on use it. So I think with the church and everything, it's helped me to grow, to know, to confront stuff, and you understand, to know that I've got authority to deal with stuff. And it was the thing holding me down in my dream, it's more towards him. At some point, even him scared to sleep. So he's more looking to me to say, because I'm not having it. So he was looking more to me, because even with church, he doesn't want me to go to church. Did he
go to church himself? Was he a person of faith? Was he religious? Did he go to church? Did he have any sort of faith?
I don't think he have any faith, but he just come to church maybe because he's looking for, how should I say it now, a fast life, or to say things is gonna, like, you meet the church and things is gonna happening.
Quick fix.
Yes.
So if I come to church and I pray, then God's gonna...
he's gonna get money, he's gonna get a job, he's gonna have this, he's gonna have that. I think it's more like that for him.
But still, the marriage is breaking down. You're praying, you're anointing things, but your faith is growing, but your marriage is breaking. What's your relationship with God at that point? Are you asking questions like, God, I'm doing all the right things. Why is my marriage falling apart? Can you not fix this?
Yes, that's what I keep on asking. And I said, I keep on, like, I was listening to even these pastors back home in my country. I get to, it was more like a teaching channel. So I was involved with that pastor back home. And they was doing like a ceremony or something regarding relationships, and he was praying. So I was like tuning into that ceremony. So while I was tuning in, I said, they was doing like offering, like sowing seed. I said, oh, I think I need to tap into this, to be honest. So at this point, online, I went on PayPal and I sow like a seed. And then I send like an email, because you can send like an email to the church. And I send like an email to the pastor. And I said, I need prayer regarding my home, my marriage, my kids, everything, and all that. So I was like tapping into everything. So I said, okay, but I didn't get any response, but I would try anything at this point, to be honest. So I get to know my faith beginning to grow and everything. So during the church, I was there, and when I was there, I was keep on going. I was on the deliverance and stuff. Then after a while, then when he realized that the attack is not coming on to me no more, it's mostly like him, then he was said, can you pray for me? Even the olive oil, if I'm using it, he's not with it. He's like, you're shining up the place, you're shining up the kids, you're doing all this. He wasn't into it. Then at one point when he was having a talk, he said to me, can you give me a bit of the olive oil and my forehead? Because, and he wasn't into all this. But I think he started to realize I'm not having it.
So the hat.
Yeah. So I said, okay, so I anoint him like at night, I anoint him. Then he said, if I can sleep to the end of the bed and he'll take the corner. I normally sleep at the corner, he sleep at the end. So he wanted me to sleep at the end now, because anything you come, you want me to confront it, because you didn't want him to confront it. So anyway, I sleep at the end a bit, because one thing I've told myself, going to church and listening, I'm not going to be scared of nothing. I think I've got the courage and the faith and to confront anything.
That's the power of a praying woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take the hand of the bed.
Yeah.
So if I'm leaving, like to drop the kids to school, I have to wake him up. He's not going to sleep because I'm not there. But if I'm there, he would sleep.
Wow.
And so at this point, I would take the hand of the bed. I would start praying for him. Then he realized that he was started coming to church with me, but he realized that it's not really for him. And I think the first church that we had that was going, he was in there. But I get to find out that he was picking up like, you know how the church, his sister, was picking up like small kids for like, it's Sunday school. So while they were doing it, like, he and the other lady having an affair, and I didn't know. So till...
Wait, hold on. He was picking up kids for the Sunday school, but the mom to one of the kids.
No. The person that because they teach like a Sunday school, but this is the church before this one that I'm going. The church before that I said it wasn't a good church. The lady that teach the small kids, the Sunday school.
The kind of Sunday school teacher.
Yeah. They were picking up kids, but I think they were doing it for themselves, not for the kids, but they were pretending like they were doing it for the kids. So it's when it started circulating in the church that, did you know that Sister Karen husband and so is speaking to each other? So I think at this church now is more serious. This church is a really proper church. There's no one in there who's looking at anybody's husband. Everybody's looking for prayer. Everyone is seeking God. So he realized that what he's used to is not happening here. So he said, oh, this is not for me really. So I think that's what happened. So he said, this is not really for him. So he left. But I'm the one keep on going, and I keep on going every night. Deliverance prayer at 6 a.m. They will have like enough. It's a 1 hour prayer. I would go and I would keep on going. I would tap in it. I keep on going because I'm growing, and I think I've got this, and I keep on growing to get to know God. At this point, I was getting there, and I'm trying to overcome my kids. They must face, if they are facing like what is happening with the dreams and this person holding on with sleep. During the time before, while I was in church at one point, something happened where I went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I woke up. And when I woke up in the morning, it's the early morning, and I was dropping my son to school, my kids to school. And when I woke up, it's like I didn't feel all right. But it's like mentally, I didn't feel all right. But I didn't know what was happening. But my eyes were like weird, like someone who's like mental, who's going crazy. So when I went up, I got up and I was there, and they were talking to me, and I was like looking weird. I was looking scared, my eyes. They're saying, "Karen, what is wrong?" I'm saying, "I'm all right, but I'm moving a bit fast." And they started crying. My husband started crying. My eldest daughter started crying.
You had a mental breakdown, I think.
I don't know what's happening, but it's like I'm going crazy. I think when somebody's going like mad. So I didn't know what was happening. So I got up out of the bed, but it's like I was sitting up like this. And then it's like I'm sitting up, but it's not me moving to sit up. It's like something was lifted me. They panic in my home, and there was this, got the Bible, and they was like, you need to read like a Psalms or something. My husband got the Bible. You need to read like a Psalms. But I couldn't. I was there like, and then I left, and I was going crazy, walking around crazy, going on. It's like I was going mad. I didn't know what was. I know what was happening, but I couldn't control it. My eldest daughter started crying. My husband started crying. They were meant to go to school. My eldest daughter was meant to go to school. My son was quite young at the time. He was going to school, but it's like primary. So my daughter wouldn't go to school because she see what happened. So my husband said, "Look, you can go to school. I'll take her to the hospital." I went to the hospital, and they were saying like they think I might be wake too quickly or something. Is like when I was asleep, it's like my body is asleep, but it comes like it's like the spirit come for me to wake up, but I didn't wake up. It's like I wake up too quickly, or I wasn't prepared to wake up or something, but they explained it, I didn't know what.
So the hospital was trying to give you a sort of medical explanation to why you were like that. But did you feel that there was a spiritual element to what was going on? I think
there was.
Yeah.
I think so.
What do you think was happening to you?
I can't pinpoint what was happening, but I think it more was like a spiritual point of it. I don't know if it was like an attack or something, or warning. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. So this, just listening through your story, this just sounds really traumatic. There's a glimmer of hope because you have trust and faith in God, but you're still going through really, really difficult circumstances, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, relationally. Things are just chaos.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you're moving through this, you're powering through it because you're a woman of faith and you want to keep this family together. At what point did you reach a breaking point when you say, I can't do this anymore? And what was your outlook? What was your plan after that?
At one point, everything was out of control, basically. And my aim is to try to get my home back in order. I think that's where seeking the church, seeking God, I just want to get my home back in order because I think I need to do something about this. I need to do something about this. So I'm trying to fix this. I'm trying to get everything back together, but it seems like it's not working. But I wasn't giving up. I keep on pushing. I keep on pushing. I keep on doing it. Yes. This is when I become really serious now. In church, I've got baptized in, say, around 2016. I became close to God even more. And I'm saying, I'm not going to give up. I can do this. I can push through. I can do this. And I pushed through. And at one point, when I pushed through and said, I need to fix this, then things becoming to get fixed, like the relationship with my kids become better. With him, it's not, no changes relationship-wise. Nothing is changing regarding him. It's more like him blaming me for stuff or saying this I've done, or I didn't forgive him when I said I forgive him, and all this. So I started now, like, I said I need to, I wasn't working, so I said I need to get like a job. But at to say not what my wasn't working is my fear, because growing up in my childhood, I have like stutter a lot. For me to even say my name, I can't. So for me to go on interviews, like to get for jobs, it's a no-no for me, because I can't move that point to even say my name. So it kind of caused me to in the back, basically. So I didn't like look for work. I said no job is not going to be able, because I can't do interviews. The only job maybe I can do is where they're going to say, look, you can go and do that job without doing anything.
Yeah.
So when I realized that I need to at least try to push through to do something, I feel like I need to try. During the time I was in church, deliverance, my speech became much better. I find out like giving testimonies, I'm not having that, and I kind of know how to control it. So I tend to like slow talk. If I'm nervous, I tend to like try to calm down. So I said, no, I need to go to look a job now or something. So with my daughter, she was quite young at the time, I said, I need to get a job to try to fit in with her, because I think with my husband as well, me not working, I think he realized that that's where he get away with a lot of stuff, because I'm depending on him. So I said, I need to do something. So I said, I'm going to look. I started looking for like a cleaning job. I started doing it when I moved to Ashford. That's when I started working, because I wasn't working before. So when I moved to Ashford, I said, I'm going to get like a cleaning job where I can fit in the hours when I drop my youngest daughter to school and pick her up. So I went to this primary school, and they were doing like 2-3 hours worth of cleaning, like it's after school. So I said I can leave her after school club, and I can go and do the cleaning job and pick her up after. I said, getting my CV ready. I don't know what to put in CV, because I haven't got anything to put. I've done a job.
So you didn't have any experience?
No,
you didn't
nothing.
go to college?
Nothing.
So it was a blank
I was
CV.
mostly at home.
Yeah.
I tried to like build my CV around like to put that doing stuff, but it's mostly at home with the kids and stuff, because I didn't have anything to put on it.
That's so brave.
So I tried to just do it. So I do it like to say, from the time now I was at home looking after the kids, gaps that I've there, I said, I've known to do this because I've doing it as a mom. So I applied for this cleaning job, and they asked me to come for an interview. I said, oh gosh. But I said, I can do this because I need to do this. So when I went for the interview, it was about, I think other persons meant to come for the interview. When I went, they were waiting on other persons. I'm the only one who turned up for the interview. No one else haven't come. When the guy said, it was about, say, 4 of us or 5 of us, but so it's only you, so it seems like the job is yours. I said, okay.
No interview.
Nothing. So you just did like a chit-chat to say, because you realize I'm the only one. I said, oh, this must have been God. So when I went, just like a chit-chat and cleaning, and he can train me and stuff. When can I start and stuff? So I said, okay. So I started doing I get the job. So, and I need to tell my husband now that I'm going to do a job. So I said to him, I'll get this job. It's a cleaning job. I'm going to do it. He said, where are you going to work for? I said, I want to do something. I just want to get out of the house. I just want to do something to occupy my time. He said, what kind of job are you doing? I said, it's a cleaning job. He said, why are you going to do that? It's minimum wage and all this is not going to benefit. I said, I have to start from somewhere. He said, all right, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I don't think it's going to worth it. I said, no, I want to do that. I think he think and realize that I'm more becoming independent.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden he came to me and said, Karen, I'm going to pay you £40 a week and you don't take the job.
The job. Control again.
I said, yeah.
Yep.
I said, no, I want the job. He said, how about if I give you £50 a week? I said, no. I want the job.
No?
I said, I want the job. I said, oh, he said, okay. If you're going to do it, do it. I started doing the job. When I do it, I used to leave my daughter after school club. We have to pay for after school club. He said, do you know that you have to pay for after school club? I said, no problem, I'll pay. Because I know what he's trying to do. So I said, no problem, I'll pay. So I pay for the after school club. Out of I was getting like less than £100 a month because it's just a couple hours. But I know I did want to start from somewhere. When I was doing the cleaning job, I started doing it. And then I paid the after school club with my daughter. Then I said, I need to do something else. What can I do? I'm looking into jobs and I said, which jobs can I do that's gonna fit in? I said, I don't know. I was looking at more cleaning, like in hotels and stuff. Then I don't know how it happened, but I just ended up into caring. I don't know how it happened. I was just on the computer going through jobs and there was like a form, I feeling like with an agency or something. So I said, let me try this. They're saying caring is like you have to do a job like 8 a.m., like they need full-time staff. I said, oh, I can't do this one because my daughter with school and stuff. I went and I applied and the agency contacted me back. And they wanted me to start, they do like an interview. They said, we're looking for full-time, can you do full-time? I said yes, but I know I can't. But I just said yes. So I said, yeah, I can. So I said yes, open for me to get through. When I get through, then I said to them, like, look, for now, I can do like certain hours, but I just want to get my feet in. So I said, yes, I can do full-time. So they said they need like someone from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Can you do that? I said, yes, but not for now because I've got a cleaning job and I need notice at that job. So I can only do like part-time. They said, oh, they can put me on like from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I said, okay. So I started doing like the caring job. I was still doing the cleaning because the cleaning was like after school, like after 3. So at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., I would drop my daughter early in the morning at, they have like a breakfast club or something. I would drop her early in the morning at primary and left her at breakfast club. And then I would leave her, that one is free in the morning because it's breakfast. And I would leave her there. And when I leave her there, then in the evening, when it's time to pick her up there, she will go over to the after school club.
And then you do your cleaning.
And I will do my cleaning.
Busy.
So, yeah. So I went to do the cleaning and then I picked her up around 5, 6. But the 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. job, they're giving me like 3 days a week, 2 days a week. So it wasn't too bad. It was just a starter for me to do it at the time until I
leave the cleaning job.
So I handed in my notice at the cleaning job, said I'm gonna leave at this point. This was like during like a break, half-term break. So I handed in my notice. When I handed in my notice, then time come now for me to leave the cleaning job. I leave the cleaning job and I started the caring. My husband was there. I said to him that, look, I'm gonna do this job. I said to my husband, look, I'm gonna do this caring job, but I need at least 2 days for me. So I need you for now to pick up, to drop my daughter to school, to pick her up. But the rest of days I can do it. But I need you to do this for now because I need to do this job. He wasn't happy, but I think he was, he knew that he has to do it, like to meet me halfway or something. But anyway, he started, he was doing it. So he was picking up my daughter, was doing the caring job for two days a week. When I started doing that, I was going and I was doing it. Then he realized that no, he can't do this anymore for me. So I said, okay. So I said, what am I gonna do now? I said, oh, I'm gonna work nights. It just come to me.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'm gonna switch from day to night because at night he has to be home. Then my son is gonna be home from school. So I changed shift at the caring job and I started doing nights. Then I started working. I started doing like 3 nights a week. It was like with agency. Yeah. So I started like doing it. So
you're feeling empowered?
Yes, I'm feeling like I'm getting
coins in your pocket. Yeah, you're gaining confidence.
So I started doing it. Then the agency sent me at this company to work. When I went there, I did like a shift. When I did it, I was like, it was too much in there. I said, oh no, I don't think I can do this. This is too much for me. I said, I don't think I can do this. So they asked me again, the agency said, look, Karen, the person that you went in to do the job, they really like it. They wanted you to come back to do this shift. But my experience at the first night, it was too much. I said, no, I don't think I can do this. So I said, all right then. When the agency asked me, I said, all right then, I think I'm gonna go. So I go. When I go, it wasn't that bad compared to the first shift. I think the first night was a lot, but I think it kind of put me off, but it wasn't that bad. But the time I went there, I said, oh,
it's not bad.
It's not bad. This is all right. So at this time now, I said, okay, I work in the morning. The manager, everyone there is saying, Karen, look, we want you to come and work with us permanently. I said, would you? They asked me if I would come. I said, okay, yeah, I think about it. But I was thinking more because the agency was paying more. The company is going to pay me less.
Yes, it's always that trick. You have job security, less money, or you have agency, more money.
I know.
Job security,
So I said, all right. Then they were saying like, they would pay me like, say if I'm off, this is like a steady job. So I can take like annual leave, I can have breaks and they can. But with the agency, I only get paid when I work. If I'm off, I don't get any paid. So I said, this one is more
secure.
More than the agency. So they really liked me and they wanted. So I said, okay, I'm gonna come over.
You are such a courageous and, you know, your testimony is something that a lot of women can relate to. So you've changed your life, you've empowered yourself, you have got your job, you've gained your confidence. Your husband has now moved away from home. Things are changing.
Yes.
Bills have stopped being paid. Now you have greater responsibility financially for your children. You're navigating this whole new world. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Are you feeling like, yes, I made the right decision?
I'm excited.
You're excited for the future,
I am
despite
excited.
what's going on around you?
I am excited.
Yeah. There's a lot of women that might be in a similar situation. A lot of women, let me not say might, there are a lot of women that are going through similar situations. What would your advice be to them? If a woman is in a violent, abusive, and you mentioned physical abuse, but emotional manipulation, coercive control, these are things that people actually don't even know how to define. What would you advise to a woman who's going through this? What sort of advice would you give them?
I would say seek help. Speak to family, speak to professionals, speak up. Because for me, it was keeping it all in was damage. It become emotional and stuff. So by you speaking up, getting help, some kind of help, it will definitely help.
Can you signpost? Oh, you're in Ashford now.
Yes.
You attend Fountain Church. We're really, really privileged to be serving with you. What sort of resources do we have? Just speak locally to people living in Ashford. Do we have any resources within Fountain Church or within your community that you can signpost someone to?
We have in Fountain Church, we've got Restore. You can speak to anyone of the team or the leaders of the church, and they will direct you to anyone from the Restore team. So they can be helped by speaking to someone and getting that help.
Yes, we have lots of resources within Fountain Church, and we're quite privileged that our Restore team not only deals with individuals that are going through mental breakdown, but if you're going through some issues relationally with your partner, you might find somebody who can listen to you, counsel you through it. It's not all doom and gloom. There is hope. People can change. And if you're in a place of danger, you must also ask for help, because we don't want any of the women or men, domestic violence cuts across men and women and even children. You must be able to speak to somebody to save a life, to save somebody's mental health, and to be able to do better as a community. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there any advice that you would give to a young woman planning to get married? You got married quite young. You're in a relationship quite young. In terms of picking up the red flags, are there things that you think young women should be able to see or should be able to be guided through before they make that big step and get married? Is there anything that you would say, your daughter just recently got married. What sort of advice would you give your daughter? Or did you give your daughter getting ready to get married?
I think you can see signs at first, and don't ignore them, to be honest, because from it happened once or twice, it will continue. Because I tend to ignore it to say, look, this is gonna stop, it's gonna get better. But by you speaking up to make a move, and that signs that red flag that you see, then you can know that something isn't right and stuff. But marriage is a good thing. Yeah. When you meet the right person and you have that connection. So yes, there's getting married and meeting the right person. It's really good, but I'm waiting on God for this one for me. I was looking to remarried, but I'm waiting on God for this one.
Yeah, that's the next thing I was going to ask you. What does the future look like? Are you still hopeful that, yes, somebody else or Mr. Raj may be able to walk into your life in the future?
Yes,
would you consider?
I would consider, but I'm waiting on God for this one.
Yeah, and that's important, really, when it comes to marriage. Is one of the biggest decisions you would make in life is just put God in the center of it. And also something about being equally yoked with someone. If you are married to somebody of the same faith and same belief, then it makes the journey of marriage a little bit more easier. Now, I'm really intrigued by your testimony, and I do believe that there is so much more. I don't think we're really even scratching the surface of this. And therefore, we're going to go deeper into your life and just to try to pull at some of those testimonies to be able to help other people. And we will have a special guest on our next interview. And I'm really, really excited about this special guest because we've had her before. It's a surprise. So please tune in for the next part because this is going to be we're going to be going deeper into this testimony. God bless you so much, my sister. I'm just completely intrigued and happy that you were able to share this testimony. And I thank God for your courage to speak about this.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that other women will be able to come out and speak out, but also I'm hoping that this testimony has changed your life and has given you something, a glimmer of hope if you're in a similar situation as our sister Karen. God bless you all. We've come to the end of our interview. I would encourage you, please put a mark on your calendar for the next interview. And if you have any concerns about domestic violence, we're going to give you some information at the end of the screen. As the credits roll, we're going to give you some information about our Restore Ministry, our Empower Ministry, which is a women's ministry. We get together and we do life together here at Fountain Church. You're more than welcome to join us. We are all a team that supports you and supports all the women in our community. So we'd encourage you to join us during our fellowships on Friday. God bless you and have a wonderful evening.